I wanted to start here because I normally don't give a fuck what other people say. Like, I don't care. But this year, my articles are so damn long, I needed a break from typing. So I did kind of click around and see what other people said. Ooh, who's the winner? Who's the loser? If you're like listing Shedeur Sanders as a loser at the NFL scouting combine, like, go fuck yourself. Like, he didn't work out. How was he a loser? Like, that. This is the part that I just don't understand with you people. I can't figure out the way that you think. Again, let's bring this up one more time, because when people speak, you'll be able to understand where their brain fucks up based on these four things. Again, there's four types of scouts. Number one is the poor scout, disregard everything they say. Daniel Jeremiah, poor scout, disregard everything that he says. Todd McFraud, poor scout, disregard everything that he says. Scout number two is the picker scout, which is he picks and picks and picks and picks and picks, and he just can't let it go, and the bias gets in the way. Perfect example. There's a picker scout. He looks at the 40-yard dash, and he determines winners and losers based on the 40-yard dash, which is not the way to fucking do this. So, again, perfect example of this. Anybody that says Matthew Golden, big winner at the combine, well, he literally just ran the 40 and didn't do a single other thing. So how can he be a winner at the combine? Picker scout. Scout number three, production scout. And in this case, it's going to be, look at the chart. This is his arm length. Winner, loser. This is his vertical jump. Winner, loser. Here's his broad jump. Winner, loser. Shove the charts up your ass, by the way. Like, if you're one of these people that, and I've seen some of these, the analytical charts. Oh, they're in the history of the combine. He ranks 5 out of 1,050 based on X, Y, and Z of the analytical numbers. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, seriously. Shut the fuck up. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. And then scout number 4 is the projection scout. And that is, hey, based on the way he moves, he's this right now. I think he will become this. Any other scout, it doesn't fucking matter. The projection scout is the only fucking scout that matters. And again, I'm going to go over these one more time. Poor scout, Daniel Jeremiah, disregard everything that he says. Number 2 would be the picker scout. He picks, can't let it go. Number 3, projection or production scout, which is, here are the numbers, winner. Here are the numbers, loser, which shove the fucking numbers up your ass. And then the projection scout, which is the only scout that matters. Hey, based on the way he looks, I think he looks like this. He will become this. So, again, I looked at a couple of these winners, losers charts. It's laughable, the shit that's out there. So you have to be very careful who you trust. Like, it's fucking horrible. Like, I'll give you a couple examples. I watched I think it was Bleacher Report. It was that Ben Kirk. I only watched it. I never watched this guy in my life. I only watched it because he's a former NFL quarterback. Oh, let's see who he picks as his winners and losers. And he picked Shedeur Sanders as a loser who didn't fucking work out. Like, Ben Kirk, go fuck yourself, buddy. And again, I'm not here to defend Shedeur Sanders, but he's not a winner or a loser because he didn't work out. So shove the politics up your ass. And can we actually be educated on this shit? The number one loser at the combine for me, and this is before I get into the players itself, is Rich Eisen. He fucking sucks, man. He is a complete and utter dog shit. Truly. Like, I understand that people watch his show. I can't figure out why. And I just want to show you this before I jump into this. By the way, like, dude, you're fucking embarrassing, buddy. I truly can't understand why anybody gives a singular fuck about Rich Eisen. He makes the event about himself. Then he tells you to donate after watching him run, which nobody wants to fucking watch him run. Can I just play this one clip? Because what Rich Eisen is he's a wannabe stand-up comic who isn't funny. So I just want to play this clip for you. And yes, I am outside. So if you hear some random wind gusts or random shit, that's why I am outside. So I just want to show you this really quickly. Hopefully you can hear it. If you can't hear it, here's the link.
I should
Like, go fuck yourself, buddy. Nobody gives a fuck if there was a divorce lawyer in your wife's wedding party. Like, nobody fucking cares, Rich Eisen. He's the number one loser. Like, he is the absolute number one loser. Number two loser would be Daniel Jeremiah for literally just not being good at this. And then let's actually get into the list of players. So again, if anybody has any questions at the end, I just wanted to give maybe a 5 to 10 intro just to give people a chance to get in here. So anybody that has questions at the end, feel free. All right. So I have my list kind of pulled up on my phone here. Number 5 loser at this NFL scouting combine. I think that award goes to Isaiah Bond, the Texas wide receiver, partially because he lacks self-awareness and partially because he's just not good beyond just being kind of fast. Let's break this down into 2 parts. Number 1, the least amount of self-awareness, and I didn't watch every single fucking interview, but buddy, the 2 worst interviews I saw, Isaiah Bond, easily number 1 as the worst interview. Easily number 1. So let's pull this up. Right? Let's pull this up. Let me screen share this. Just total lack of self-awareness. The worst combine interview was Isaiah Bond. A close second is Ashton Genty, who said, and again, I'm not listing Ashton Genty as a loser because he didn't work out. This is only for people that did the on-field drills. If you didn't do the on-field drills, we're not talking about you. But Ashton Genty, Stacey Dales interviews him, and he's like, combine, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and then doesn't compete in any of the events. Total lack of self-awareness. But anyway, Isaiah Bond, he comes in. I'm going to break the record for sure. I'm going to break it. I might run a 4.1. Just so dumb. Just so dumb. He says, I might run a 4.1. I'm definitely going to break the record. He runs a 4.39. He's not even fucking close. And I just want to pull up my notes on Isaiah Bond. Here we go. Let's share this tab instead. Let's make sure it's working here on the screen share. Okay. Yep. Good. So, first of all, he's not a big receiver. He's 5'10", 180. So he's a tiny receiver. And he says he's going to break the record. He doesn't break the record. He doesn't even come fucking close to breaking the record. And by the way, his teammate Matthew Golden outran him. By the way, he doesn't bench, doesn't do a vertical jump, doesn't do a broad jump, doesn't do the 3-cone, doesn't do the shuttle. Like, if you're just going to run the 40 and run your fucking mouth, you better fucking run it. And even if you're not going to break the record, you better run in the 4.2s, right? How about a 4.27? If he runs a 4.27, I don't think anybody bitches. He didn't get close. Like, he didn't get close. And I kind of want to see, where did he rank? Where did he rank in terms of receivers? I just want to pull that up. Can we pull that up really quickly? Okay, 40-yard dash. So he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He got 9th place out of just the receivers. By the way, the fastest guy at the combine was a corner. Out of just the receivers, he got 9th. Tied for 9th. Tied for 9th. He almost lost to Dom Lovett and Isaiah Nair, who, by the way, Isaiah Nair was his former teammate. So he almost got like 13th. Total lack of self-awareness. Like a total lack of self-awareness. I'm going to break the record for sure. What a douchebag. And by the way, he didn't even look good. I know this is a Texas football account, but can I just show you some of the routes here? Can I just show you some of the routes? And I want to mute this just in case I get copyright cheesed. But can I just show you, that's not a fast fucking in cut. Let's play this again. There's no fucking burst to that. You're a fast guy. Fucking run, man. That's impressive. That ain't impressive. Let's show let's show this one now. 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 Let Look at how many steps he takes. Look at how many steps he takes in his little cut right here. That's not good. You're supposed to be fast. Fucking get on your horse, buddy. How about the comeback route? The comeback route, I think this was the comeback route. Dude, you're fast. He's taking like 70 steps like he's trying to walk around somebody that threw up. Like it's like somebody puked here and he doesn't quite know what to do. So he's going to take 30 fucking steps to get to where he actually needs to be. Look at, here we go. Bro, get out of your break, man. Look how slow this is right here. 70 steps. Like, he's not good. I don't know how to exit that. Okay, there we go. Like, he's just not good. Like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but he's just not good. So Isaiah Bond, he's definitely in the top 5 losers category. I wouldn't pick him. Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm sitting there in the 7th round. He's still, which he won't be on the board. Some idiotic team's going to take him in the 1st or 2nd round. But if he was there in the 7th round, I wouldn't fucking pick him. Lacks self-awareness. Like that. And again, this is half the problem with these fucking wide receivers. They think they're better than they are. They fucking demand the ball, and I got to get paid. Bro, you're not good. Like, you're just not good. So, and by the way, we're talking about a guy who was at Alabama, didn't see enough playing time at Alabama, then transferred to Texas, which, again, when he transfers to Texas, he doesn't really sniff the field when Worthy's there, with Adonai Mitchell's there, comes back the following year, and then Matthew Golden, who transfers in from Houston, is the way better receiver. So let's just have a real conversation about this. Isaiah Bond, if you're like an Isaiah Bond fan, I can't agree with you. So number 5 biggest loser is Isaiah Bond, and you could argue he's number 1. You could argue Isaiah Bond is number 1 loser. Number 4 loser to me, and again, this guy could have been easily the number 1 loser. I tried to do these in order, but any of these guys on the list, you could argue were the number 1 loser. So number 4 loser for me, Ollie Gordon, Oklahoma State. He was fucking awful. And you know what it did? It actually gave me some Leonard Fournette vibes in terms of, like, it just didn't even look like he wanted to fucking be there. If anybody goes back and watches the Leonard Fournette combine, it was the same year as McCaffrey. I remember it very clearly. McCaffrey goes in there, and McCaffrey puts up a bad bench number, but he lights up everything else. Then Fournette goes when it's his time to do the reps, and it looks like he doesn't even want to fucking be there. Like, it looks like he was dogging every single rep that he was trying to do. It felt like the same thing with Ollie Gordon. By the way, and again, I don't base winners and losers based on the 40-yard dash alone. It's part of the equation, but it's not. It's way less important than anyone wants to say. But when a running back's running a 4.6, that's not good. And again, that's only part of the equation. So if we pull up just 40-yard dash for the running backs, if we can just share this screen here. He was one of the slowest guys at the event. So here's the 40-yard dashes for the running backs. Right? And you'll notice we're all the way down here, man. So it's Ulysses Bentley and then Ollie Gordon as the slowest running backs at the event. And Ulysses Bentley he was a backup at Ole Miss. Henry Parrish was their starter. Now, Henry Parrish is not in this draft class, but Ulysses Bentley was basically the backup running back at Ole Miss, and he was a power back. The only guy that was slower than Ollie Gordon was the backup running back at Ole Miss. Not good. And by the way, if we just pull up some of his like drills, and I tried to find some of the clips on here. I couldn't find them. I couldn't find the clips on here. But again, I'll show you the Deuce Staley drill for Ollie Gordon. I thought this was like one of the best drills that he did, and he still looked like ass. And this was like the only clip I could find. So here's him doing the Deuce Staley drill. Let me mute that. Watch the way that he cuts. I want you to watch the way that he cuts. I want you to watch his eye level on the pads. I want you to watch the foot speed. Eyes down. Totally upright. No knee bend. Look at the weird ass knee bend. Not good. Going too slow. Watch the way that he cuts. Buddy, the hole's right here. Like, that's just bad instincts. Watch the way they move the bags. He wants them to cut here. He just runs through the fucking workers. Look at. Buddy, I'm tilting the bag this way. I want you to come right here. And he just powers right through the fucking workers. And again, this was like one of the better drills that he looked at. Like, let me play that again, because I just don't think people understand how bad he looked. Watch the way that they tilt the bags. Watch his knee bend, which isn't fucking good. His eyes down at the bags. Foot speed. Like, so this group of running backs, it was actually statistically the fastest group of running backs. These guys were flying in basically everything that they did. Every time that Ollie Gordon did a fucking rep, you had to like adjust your eyes and like, is this a fullback? Is this a linebacker doing this? So he's really slow. They tilt the bags. Buddy, right here's the hole. And he just runs through the worker. And by the way, again, I'll say this. I think that was one of the better reps that he had. Like, if you look at some of the pass catching stuff that he did, couldn't even run underneath the ball, was dropping shit, looked like he was going in slow motion, didn't look like he wanted to fucking be there. Every rep that he had looked fucking terrible. He's not good. Like, everybody's going to sit there and say, well, Oklahoma State was bad. Well, Oklahoma State was bad. Well, it was his offensive line. Well, it was the quarterback play. Maybe he just sucks. Like, maybe he's just not good. So, yeah, I wouldn't take Ollie Gordon in the top 20 of the running backs. Like, this running back class is so fucking loaded. I wouldn't take him in the top 20 running backs. Like, I thought he looked horrible. Like, truly fucking horrible. And basically everything that he did. Slow. Didn't look like he wanted to fucking be there. The passing game shit looked awful. And by the way, for a big back, he looked bad at the Senior Bowl too. Like, I just want to bring that up. It wasn't like he just had a bad day at the combine. We're now on bad months. We're now on bad years. He wasn't good this past year at Oklahoma State. He looked like shit at the Senior Bowl. Like, if you just go and look at some of the pass blocking stuff at the Senior Bowl, he's getting trucked by linebackers. Like, the one thing that he has going for him, he's supposed to be a big back with size. And he got fucking ragdolled at the Senior Bowl in the blocking drills. He's not good. Like, I don't know who needs to hear this. He's not good. I wouldn't pick him. I'm quite sure in the 7th round, there will be running backs that I have ranked higher than him. So, yeah, Ollie Gordon is like almost basically off my list. I don't know if I want to take him fully off the list, but he's about as undraftable as it gets right now. And I understand he had a big, by the way, I think the funniest part about this is his career trajectory has basically been the exact same. I mean, the exact same as Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard comes in as a sophomore, lights it up. Sucks the next year, does nothing in the NFL for 3 years, then he finally figures it out. Maybe Ollie Gordon will do that. But he's basically followed the same path. Lights it up, comes back to school, gets a DUI, which, by the way, I think that might be half the fucking problem. He might just think he's awesome and doesn't want to work hard anymore. That could very well be the problem. Comes back to school, gets a DUI. Then his entire year at Oklahoma State was shit. Goes to the Senior Bowl, sucks. Goes to the Combine, sucks. So, yeah, he's about as off the board as it gets. I thought he was fucking terrible. I can't believe more people aren't talking about it. Like, in this entire group of running backs where everybody fucking looked good for the most part. The Virginia Tech guy put up big numbers, but in the on-field drills, he looked like shit. Other than that, all of these running backs and the UNC running back really wasn't he's just okay. Like I don't know who needs to hear this, but the UNC running back, he's just okay. His testing numbers were good for a big back in terms of like 40-yard dash stuff. Taj Brooks, not good. Corey Kiner, not good. Woody Marks, not good. But like all the other running backs lit it up. And then you have Ollie Gordon, who just sucked. And nobody's really talking about it, which is crazy to me. So, yeah, he's loser number 4. I guess I'm ranting way longer than I thought I would, but I'll try to go faster on this next one. This is a combo, and this is for, let's call these later round tackles that we're no longer considering. And I couldn't find clips on either of these guys, so if you want to go back and watch the actual on-field tape version, I would encourage you to do so. John Williams, the Cincinnati tackle, and then Brandon Crenshaw Dixon, the Florida tackle. They're fucking terrible. Like, absolutely fucking terrible. I don't have my NFL offensive line notes out yet, but I'll show you the draft version. I can do that. I can show you the draft version here. Let me pull these up. Like, the Cincinnati tackle, it legitimately, I thought he was on an edible. Like, he was that bad. Let me just show you what I have written here. Actually, I should pull up the running back shit, too. Let me pull up the running back shit, too, for Ollie Gordon. Let me pull up the Williams Cincinnati tackle. This is just what I have written. This stuff won't change. I just have to enter all this shit, but like, he was fucking horrible. So, John Williams is Cincinnati tackle. If you just want to read this on your own while I'm kind of talking through it. When he was doing the wave drill, you know, you kind of shuffle your feet going back and forth. Shuffle your feet going back and forth. This dude was playing Twister. Like, his legs were like this in a fucking wave drill where you're supposed to go back and forth, kind of move your feet, shuffle your feet. Like, the biggest complaint you can have in the wave drill is, like, don't heel click. This dude took it one step further to the point where, like, he was crossing his legs like he was fucking, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. And anybody, if you want to go back and watch the screen drill and pull that up from the combine, he literally ran into one of the workers. Like, he was so bad, I legitimately thought he took drugs beforehand. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I've never seen somebody suck as bad as him. And the Florida tackle wasn't much behind. If we want to pull up Crenshaw, Dixon, and again, I'm not done with this. I got to enter all this. I got to enter the numbers, the height, weight, and the stock notes and all that shit. But if we want to pull up the Florida tackle, he was terrible at the East West game, by the way. He's covering no ground. You can just kind of read through this. He's covering no ground. He was so fucking bad that I literally thought he was trying to troll me. Like, it was bad. Really, 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 really bad. And by the way, like, the coaches were yelling at him. He's falling over on the fucking ground. That's like some of the biggest red flags for me in terms of like guys that are doing this shit. If you can blatantly hear the coaches yelling at them through the audio on the field, you know it's bad. He literally looked like a 13-year-old girl doing some of these events. Like, he was falling over on the ground. Nobody's touching him. He's just falling over. And by the way, he was another guy. Ran right into the worker doing the screen drill. Buddy, are your instincts and reaction time that fucking bad? And by the way, he was horrible at the East-West game. So this isn't really surprising. But just sort of 2 developmental tackles, just cross them off the fucking list. The Cincinnati guy and the Florida guy, cross them off the fucking list. And I forgot to show you what I have written here for Ollie Gordon. So I'll do that really quickly if you want to read through it. My nose is kind of going here, man. I might have to blow my nose again. So let me pull up what I have written here for Ollie Gordon. Oh, here we go. No, that's the same clip I showed you before. Okay. So let me pull up this. But anyway, his routes, horrible. I mean, I'm sure you read through this by now, but he's fucking terrible. So just a quick recap. Number 5 loser, Isaiah Bond. And again, you can make any of these the biggest loser. Number 4, Ollie Gordon. Number 3, a tie for the developmental tackles. Williams of Cincinnati and Crenshaw Dixon. Number 2, biggest loser. And we're going to stay with the offensive line here. And I wanted to kind of do his own section here. And again, I'm not done with the offensive line notes. So let me just kind of pull up the preview here. I have this in draft. Like, I have everything that I want to say done, but I don't have the height, weight, arm length stuff inserted into the article yet. So, but in terms of who I want to talk about next, this is a player who's been getting a ton of hype. That should no longer be the case. Like, it just should no longer be the case. And that is Will Campbell at LSU. You can't pick him in the top 5. You can't pick him in the top 10. I can't take him in the top 20. That was bad. Like, bad. And look, he ran fast. That's cool. The on-field portion of the drills, he sucked. Like, he was fucking terrible. And I'm going to say this one more time. Because if you're doing this any other way, you're doing it wrong. The number one important thing for an offensive lineman to be good at is the ability to recover from chaos. These pass rushers you're going against, you're at a disadvantage on every single fucking snap. Myles Garrett, you're going to be asked to block TJ Watt. You're going to be asked to block Micah Parsons. You're going to lose off the fucking line. It's a matter of recovering, resetting your feet, stonewalling a guy, pushing him off to the side, winning the rep later. He's not a top 5 pick. He's just not. Like, if I'm taking a tackle inside the top 5, inside the top 10, he's got to be Penei Sewell. If he's not, I've made a horrible decision. And again, there's nothing wrong with picking offensive linemen. Trust me. I'd much rather pick an offensive lineman up high than pick a wide receiver up high. But the discussion on Will Campbell, and let's just start here because he was bad. Like, it's not a discussion. He was fucking bad. Let me pull up. So let me screen share this. I have this one. I want to mute it really quickly so we don't get copyright cheesed. Will Campbell, you can't take him in the top 20 anymore. No way. So this was his first rep. His first rep, here's the wave drill. Every single offensive lineman started with the wave drill. Can we just play this? I'm just going to play it, and then I'll talk after. Wait, why is it? I don't want the fucking audio. Why are you trying to copyright cheese me? Okay, go ahead. Just going to let you watch, and I'll talk later. Okay, no problem. Slipped up. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Okay, let's give him another chance. This is the same rep, by the way. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the top 5 pick. This is someone we're talking about top 5 pick. Top 10 pick. No. Can't happen. You can't pick him that high. And by the way, look, everybody's going to have a bad rep, a bad day, whatever. Every single one of his fucking reps looked like that. Now, he wasn't literally falling over on every single rep, but every single rep that he did, if you'll notice, and you can go back and rewatch it on your own, the plant leg, when it came to change direction, no explosion, no fucking burst, no extra get up. Every single time when he went back and forth, it was hit. Okay, now we can go. Huh. Now we can go. Huh. Too many pauses in the plant leg. he's not a top 5 pick. Sorry. But again, I know what you're going to say. Watch the tape. I watched the tape. Here's my challenge for you. For anybody that wants to say, well, the tape. Okay. Okay, well, the tape. Go back and watch South Carolina and then come back and talk to me. Because he got his ass kicked by South Carolina. You say whatever you want about the tape. And we had this discussion already. Everybody wants to say, well, the tape. Nobody wants to provide video example of the tape, but everyone wants to say, well, the tape. Funny how that works. You want to watch tape? Go watch him against South Carolina and come back to me. He's not a top 5 pick. Sorry. But anybody wants to tell you, oh, Will Campbell, best offensive lineman there. No chance. No chance. And by the way, I didn't bring up his arm length one fucking time. But it's a factor. If you're gonna look like that, you can't then have bad measurables. You know what I'm saying? I didn't bring up his arm length one time. I'm going to now. You can't look like that in the on-field drills and then not have the measurables to play the position. Like, we're going up and down I went into this open-minded. Okay, blow me away, Will Campbell. Okay, put on a fucking show, Will Campbell. He did one thing good, and that was run fast. That is not enough to be a fucking elite offensive lineman. So, if I'm a real NFL GM, I'm not sure I'd pick him until the second round, and I'm not sure he can actually play tackle. So, I think he lost a ton of money. I think if you pick him in the top 5, top 10, you didn't watch this event. So, just to recap one more time, and again, any of these guys could be the biggest loser. Number 5 biggest loser, Isaiah Bond. Number 4 biggest loser, Ollie Gordon. Number 3 biggest loser, the combo developmental tackle of John Williams and Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon. Number 2 biggest loser, Will Campbell. And the number 1 biggest loser is easily, in my opinion, I can't imagine that he's not a loser for anybody else, but the number 1 biggest loser at the combine, Will Howard, Ohio State quarterback. He can't fucking play a lick. And I was kind of saying this all year. I went into this event open-minded. Okay, Will Howard, you had a nice college football playoff. Go blow me away. Go fucking prove that you have a chance to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. That was one of the worst quarterback workouts I've ever seen in my life. Like, truly, that was truly one of the worst quarterback workouts I've ever seen in my life. And by the way, I just want to show you this because it's totally fucking corrupt. Like, it's just, hold on. It's just totally fucking corrupt. Hold on. So, first I want to show you the NFL YouTube page. Because you'll see how corrupt it is. Like, it's so corrupt the way these people operate. So here's the NFL YouTube page. So Jalen Milroe's workout's about 8 minutes long. It says full workout, by the way. Quinn Ewers' video is 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Jackson Dart's is 5 minutes. Dylan Gabriel's 3 minutes. And then Will Howard's full workout. You know how it says full workout? That's a fucking lie. I have a real problem with this. Like, I just do. How can Jalen Milroe's full workout be 8 minutes long? How can Jackson Dart's full workout be 5 minutes long? And Will Howard's full workout is 1 minute and 29 seconds. You want to know why it's 1 minute and 29 seconds? And I'm not just trying to be a fucking hater here. I'm not trying to be a hater here. They're lying to you. Like, if you have any common sense. So Milroe's full workout, 8 minutes long. Will Howard's full workout, 1 minute and 29. You want to know why? Here it is. Now, by the way, I think whoever made this video, credit to him, whoever made this video, I think they missed at least five to six throws that I'm like, wow, that one wasn't even in there. Here you go. Here you go. He's not within 5 to 10 yards of these guys. Now, if you click the NFL workout one on YouTube, you won't find any of these. But I watched every second of the combine. He's not close on these throws. I mean, not close. Bad. He's fucking horrible. And by the way, whoever put this video together, I'm convinced they missed at least 5 to 6 misses, because there were some of these where I'm like, where was that miss? Like he had a couple balls to the sideline on the out route. Wait. I don't think he was even sharing the screen. Was it sharing the screen? I don't think it was. Hold on. All right, okay, sharing the screen now. Let me just play this one more time. And then I'll come back. All right, I think you've seen enough. I think you've seen enough. And again, whoever made that video, I'm like 1,000% convinced there were 5 to 6 misses in there from watching the event that he didn't even include in the video. Like there was an out route. I swear to God, he was closer to throwing it in the fucking stands. And again, like, this goes beyond the fact that he wasn't within the broadside of a barn on any of these fucking throws. We're talking about, like, he wasn't completing 50% against air. Nobody covering. He wasn't even completing 50% of his fucking attempts. And nobody was covering these guys. And it goes beyond, hey, had a couple misses. Okay, had a couple misses. His arm strength is fucking horrible. Horrible. If you put him in a passing competition against Cooper Rush, that's what it would look like. Like Cooper Rush has a noodle arm, so does Will Howard. Like there's no juice on any of these fucking balls. Like he does not have NFL arm strength. It's one thing that he's not close on any of these throws. It's another that he's not an NFL quarterback in terms of arm juice. He's bad. Like I wouldn't draft him at all. Wouldn't pick him in any of the 7 rounds. Again, let me just say this one more time. Football is about more than the quarterback position. Ohio State had the best team. They just did. Like, if you go and let's just put the wide receivers. Let's just do the wide receivers in this NFL draft. If you took Ohio State's wide receivers, Jeremiah Smith's going first, Egbuka's going to be the 2nd or 3rd wide receiver picked, and then Carnell Tate would be a top 5 receiver in this draft. His offensive line, he had Donovan Jackson, Josh Simmons. 2 of his running backs are within the top running backs in the NFL draft. Caleb Downs, Tui Molau, Jack Sawyer. Ohio State had the best team. And I'm just going to tell you this right now. Kyle McCord is 1,000 times better than him. And it's not arguable. Kyle McCord is 1 billion times better than Will Howard. And it's not even a discussion. Like, it's truly not a discussion. Kyle McCord led college football in passing yards this year. I don't know if anybody was aware of that. If you just go back and watch the combine performance, Kyle McCord is 1,000 times better than Will Howard, and it's not a discussion. So I thought the number 1 loser at the event was Will Howard, who, again, I was open-minded. Guy just won a national title. He actually had an okay playoff. Let's see what you had, Will Howard, and he was easily the worst quarterback in the group. We're talking, he couldn't complete 50% of the balls, nobody covered. And his arm, like, let me just pull up the quarterback notes so you can kind of read through it here too. Just so you have something kind of to reference. But he was awful. And like he was so bad that I was surprised by how bad he was. Like, and again, I haven't been on the Will Howard train at all, but he was fucking horrible. Like, he was so bad, I was like, he's trolling. Okay, so here's the notes. If you kind of want to read through it, you can. Number one loser, Will Howard. And again, it's beyond the fact that he's missing. His arm talent, I think Chickster throws a better ball than him. Like, there's Chickster's got to throw a better ball than him. So to me, he's undraftable. I wouldn't pick him in any of the 7th rounds. I think you like somebody needs to have a real conversation with Pat McAfee. I know that Daniel Jeremiah doesn't have the nuts to do it, but somebody really needs to have a conversation with Pat McAfee. There's no chance he's an NFL starting quarterback. 0. I would bet anything. I'll bet anything. There's no way he's an NFL starting quarterback. And by the way, let's just close it out with this. Kansas State told him to go away. Kansas State said, we have Avery Johnson. We're good. And by the way, Avery Johnson is the much better player. And that's not arguable. Avery Johnson at Kansas State is the much better player. Like, Kansas State told this guy to go away. If you can't start at Kansas State, you're probably not an NFL starting quarterback. And then after what we saw at the Combine, there is no shot he's a starting quarterback. I would argue there's no shot he's a backup quarterback. And again, I wouldn't pick him in any of the 7 rounds. I thought he was the worst performer of any of the quarterbacks that were there. The fucking Memphis guy was better than him there. Forget about if it's Kyle McCord or him. The Memphis guy was fucking better than him. So, yeah, just to recap really quickly, number 5, and again, you can make any of these the biggest losers, but for me, number 5 biggest loser, Isaiah Bond. Number 4 biggest loser, Ollie Gordon. Number 3 biggest loser, the developmental tackles, Williams at Cincinnati, Crenshaw, Dixon, Florida. Number 2 biggest loser, Will Campbell. Number 1 biggest loser, Will Howard, Ohio State. I don't want to fucking hear any other conversation that he's the starting quarterback. Please, just shut the fuck up.